let me have you on your back, head towards the camera. I'll be out here. Okay, request for Sterling. Sterling, what attacks can we do when somebody's escaping our mount and our side control? So, especially as the smaller opponent, Sterling, you are going to want to be very comfortable taking backs, or very ready, very prepared to take backs. You should expect that you're going to lose your first couple opportunities, your first couple threats, but you want to follow up with back takes very often. So if you actually watch the request video I posted for Mark, I go over this as well. But when especially if you're the smaller person on top of mount, you always want to be ready with your belly down armbar. So whether you're preparing for it or forcing it yourself, it'll look largely the same. What I want to be doing is coming up and choosing my angle. Okay? So right now what I'm trying to do is close off one side for my partner to escape. Okay, so I'm trying to get my hip, my belly, my rib cage to the back of my partner's arm. So this is acting like an underhook. So he can't turn into me very easily. Now from here, as the smaller guy, you're gonna have to be ready for him to try to do some big explosive roll to get out of here. For bigger guys, I like to force them to start to belly down. So what I try to do here is I try to turn his shoulder, and at this point I even press my hips in, so I'm trying to force him to his belly myself. Now, when you're doing your belly down arm bars, you have to remember, look, standard arm bar from mount, I come from the side of the legs and I wrap the arm like this. Okay, for the belly down arm bar, it's always the reverse. Okay, I'm going to come from the side of the head. So now, as I'm forcing my partner's shoulder, or if he starts to run that way, I chase him. Exactly. Okay? Now, from here, of course, if he goes to turtle quickly, I just need to be ready to take his back with that second hook. Okay? It needs to be ready to go to sneak in under the hips. But come back. Okay? From here, I can also be looking for this arm. So if I think I have a chance of getting this arm, I'm going to hook elbow to elbow. Okay? My leg, I have two options. I can hook my toes to the back of his neck and bring my shin over his neck and his jaw, or I can just step all the way around his head. Okay? So if there's space, I can just step around his head as we come down here. Okay? Now, from here, I can extend. If I can catch his wrist, I can get the armbar right here. If I can't, I grab the pant leg, I pull the pant leg to my head, and I roll him over this way. Okay, and come up with our standard armbar. Now, let's back here. So what's so strong about the belly down armbar is it takes one whole angle where my partner might attempt escapes, and it allows me to not have to resist in that angle. Okay? It means there's one whole angle where my partner can go, where I'm just fine with letting him go that way. Okay? So again, oriented for smaller guys, a lot of times what will happen is they start to escape, right? They start to escape. You hook the arm and they think better and they stop, right? So you don't have to force the armbar yourself. If they stop and think better and start coming back into you, you can hold your mount again. Okay? But, so a lot of times, let's switch this a little bit, it's going to be pretty quick, right? He's going to go for his, okay? I have to throw my shin and my knee over the back of his head. So you see how my toes stay behind right here. In a quick motion, when he's going fast, I'm probably not going to have time to clear this whole leg. So I hook my toes to the back of my partner's head. Okay, then if his wrist is out here, I can separate it already. If not, I go to roll him over. Okay? Now, from side control, if we're in side control here, basically, what's he going to do to escape? He's going to turn into me, or he's going to turtle, run away from me. Okay? If he turtles and runs away, it's the exact same thing. I just need to be ready for my back take, right? So if he starts to roll away from me, okay, I'm going to sit. I'm just going to pinch him just a little bit with my elbow, just to slow him down. Now freeze right here. Notice, I'm sitting completely on the mat. I'm not on my knee at all. There's no weight on my leg. Because when he does start to go and raise his hips, my leg should be free to slip in underneath him immediately. Okay, so I sit all the way down, preparing to throw in this hook. Now, if, okay, probably more commonly, my partner knows what he's doing, he's going to be turning into me, okay? So when people are turning into me, I like to be blocking the hip, right? And again, I can open up this space right now. Because when he starts to hip out, as a smaller guy, you can start to move around and just come behind your partner, okay? And again, every scramble for you, Sterling, is gonna go like one step further, at least, than it's gonna go for me. So I come here, and I hold my partner in side control. Let's go that again. The big guys are not gonna stop for you though, Sterling. They're gonna make a second attempt. So when he bridges in, hips out, I like to block, I like to come around here, and you need to get ready to take his back, okay? So look again, that same idea. When I hit this position here, I'm completely fine with him rolling that way. I don't have to resist and stop him, okay? So if he decides, if he notices his mistake and decides to come back and face me, great, okay? Nothing more we need to do. Now if he bridges in, hips out, I'm gonna block, I'm gonna come around, okay? From here, I like to just land here and start attacking my side control, attacking my arm bar, okay? But for you, one more time. So when I spin around you, I want you to turtle, okay? So Sterling, a lot of times it's gonna look like this for you. So when you bridge in, hip out, I block, I come around, run away, exactly. Okay, you're gonna have to be ready to get that one more scramble when they try to run away. You gotta take the back, what they're giving you, because you're not gonna be able to stop them. Okay, so those are some initial preliminary ideas for you, how to deal with people escaping, taking advantage of your lesser body weight. All right.